my sister?
You know I do.
Too bad.
Trio's got some drama.
I think it's important to introduce new characters into the world only because with One Tree Hill, we try to do sort of a reality plus 10.
What happens is that, as we did in the first season, these characters sort of who are arch nemesis start getting along and starting liking each other, and you need to start trouble. You need to start things steaming up again.
So what's your name?
Anna?
I'm Lucas.
I really, first of all, wanted to do a family. And I thought that we could do that with Felix and Anna.
I think Anna, she's a very sweet girl. She's new in town, and when she first comes to town, you don't really know much about her. She becomes friends with Lucas. When she became friends with him, she realized that he was sort of that person that gave her that little push to be able to accept herself.
The most interesting thing about season 2 for me in terms of approaching actors and watching them perform was Daniela Alonso was positioned as Anna, and I didn't tell her that the rumors were true.
What were the rumors?
That I like girls.
I didn't want her to know. I rarely tell the actors where their journeys are going. So I actually called Daniela one day on set and I said, look, and let me tell you what the backstory is so you know what to play. And from the moment I told her that, it was like flipping a switch.
Oh, how you doing, man? I'm Felix, the new guy.
When we came up with the idea for the character of Felix, it was really because our characters of Nathan and Lucas and Jake, they're pretty brooding. You know, they're carrying the weight of the world on their shoulders. We wanted a character who came in who was just sort of a kid who, yeah, he's stirring things up a little bit.
He's just like that spice that you need in that really bland piece of food. But I think deep down inside he's like a really nice, sensitive person. But he's just afraid of looking sensitive, so he covers it up, tries to be over macho.
You know, we met him as such a villain, and he seemed like such an arrogant jerk and that sort of quintessential type. And then we stripped that away and we showed that there was a real person there and somebody who had actual legitimate struggles and reasons behind who he was.
The shift to a sensitive side occurred when he actually started falling in love with Brooke.
Fans know a lot about Sophia and Chad. And so I think a lot of them root for Brooke and Lucas.
And they're like, Brucus, you know. That's what they call them, Brucus. They definitely wanted that, but that, you know, that's their show.
It just makes people interested so that when they really do get together, it's like a build-up, you know?
I don't think in the beginning the audience was that receptive of Anna or Felix, but eventually over time, I think they started to accept us.
I'm Mouth, the been here forever guy.
Mouth is a lot of fun to play. He's definitely grown a lot this season. He's really sort of come into his own.
Lee Norris, who plays Mouth, was a local hire. He was a kid who had done some acting. You know, a lot of people knew him from Boy Meets World as Minkus, but I saw an innocence in Mouth that we couldn't play with the other characters.
He's sort of that kid you went to high school with. He's just sort of that every guy that you know walking down the hall. It's nice to see sort of a real face and someone that you can relate to.
I was that kid in school. I knew a lot of those kids in school. And Lee Norris, God bless him, I mean, he is as classy of an actor as you will work with.
I call him and I email him from time to time and just let him know what a great job he's doing.
A guy like Lee Norris in Mouth, his role got bigger because he dedicated himself to that role when it was smaller.
My favorite Mouth moment from season 2 is when I did The Baby Got Back. It was just so much fun.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. When a girl walks in with an itty-bitty waist and a round thing get in your face, you get sprung.
You know, how often do you get to go on national television and just make a complete fool of yourself, you know?
Did you listen to my demo yet?
Yeah, I did. It's
Good, I know.
The character of Chris Keller was by design this character who would be introduced into Haley's world.
Chris Keller is basically one of those guys, when you go into an independent record store and you want to buy a CD, he's basically the guy behind the counter that makes you feel stupid. But on a deeper level, as the episodes go on, and you start to see more about Chris' motives and Chris's insides and everything, I think he knows what he wants, and no one really likes him, but you're just kind of drawn to a character like that. There's just something kind of classic about it, something kind of cool. I really dig it, you know?
Like Tyler Hilton, who is such a sweet guy, and when you see him live, you can't see Chris Keller at all. because the role was just designed to be someone that he is not.
Being such an opposite of him and coming into contact with people like that, I know what it's like to hate those kind of people. I know what those people do to make me hate them, and that's what I try to do as Chris. On the other side, there's a lot of things about Chris that I think are nice on the inside, are really cool on the inside. I just think he's got some stuff going on. So in that way, it was easier to relate to him.
When we met Tyler Hilton, we asked actors to come in and bring a guitar and to audition. The first couple guys came in and they were fine. They performed a song, and I thought this is going to go on all day. So then we started asking people to perform half a song. Then we started asking them, just give us a verse. So Tyler came in last, and he sat down and he started playing, and he played the song Glad. And he was so good. He finished the first verse, and I said, you can finish the song. And he played the whole song, and quite frankly, by the chorus, he had the part.
I thought, I know this character, I like this character. I've already decided what I want this character to be, but I don't know anything else about the show. So I got the whole first season on video cassette. I'm so glad I liked the show, because I didn't know, and I had all the episodes right there, so after one, I'd be like, no way are they gonna fight? No way are they gonna win the game? Are they gonna start dating? Like every, it was like, I just got so into it.
The audience thought he was there for Peyton. So they said, I love a guy who's very confident, and he sure is charismatic when he plays. Well, then when they found out he was there for Haley and he had come to sort of break up Paradise, then they hated him.
We're just rehearsing, man.
No, you were rehearsing. That's over now.
Can I help you?
$41,467.
Okay.
I know exactly what the dealer invoice on this car is. MSRP, tax, freight. I don't want to haggle over Scotch guarding or floor mats or anything. Take it or leave it. Jules is a really fun, free-spirited kind of girl that comes into One Tree Hill.
If you take it at face value, it seemingly is a rebound for Keith.
You don't really know because she seems very sweet on the surface, and then you kind of figure out there's a little something wrong with her when you realize she's attached to Dan in some weird way. And
so she's a very conflicted character, and some of the audience said that's terrible, and they found her to be a villain. A great portion of the audience said she made a mistake. We'll let her off the mat for that mistake.
My favorite moment on screen would probably have to be when Karen slapped me. And I'm like, just hit me. She's like, I'm not hitting you. I'm like, just hit me. And one of the times I just didn't move quick enough, and she nailed me. So I think that's actually the one they used. How dare you?
At the end of season 2, Keith has made a choice to go off and try to find Jules, to find out if in fact the emotions and the feelings she showed for Keith were real. So that's a storyline that I think demands some resolution in season 3.
You a business major?
I'm not sure yet. It's my first college class.
And you taking it with Highgrove? This guy's tough.
In terms of new characters in the second season, I think it helps to develop the characters who are already there from the first season. Andy's really there, especially from the beginning, just to sort of show a different side to Karen. Her getting into this relationship with the younger man, and Lucas's reaction to that.
I thought, if somebody came into Karen's life that was sort of irresistible in a way, that had great qualities, that she could find very few excuses to run from, how would she react to that?
And maybe you just need to have a bit more confidence in yourself and in me.
Dan and him end up tangling, sort of spices things up a bit, which, considering our height difference, was kind of laughable. I'm like, this is going to stop. Yeah.
We met Kieran Hutchison, and I just knew he was Andy immediately.
And, I think season 2 just needed a New Zealander in it, personally. Needs to expand its horizons. There's a place in Auckland, New Zealand, where I'm from, called One Tree Hill. So it's kind of ironic to me, I think, coming all the way to America, and the show I work on out here is named after one of the monuments in New Zealand.
In the season finale of our second season, Karen makes a choice to go off and pursue Andy and to pursue her heart and go to New Zealand. I guess we'll have to wait and see whether or not that works out.
It's hard when the big dog comes to town. You're not sure where you stand anymore. Ain't tough, bro. Gets easier.
I think you got to meet everybody in season 1, and you got to see all their shortcomings and their foibles, and got to respond to them and fall in love with them. And I think you needed new people to come in there and break things apart.
You're always sort of moving forward, so I think in that way, it's important to see the characters that we know and love meeting new individuals, having new experiences with those people. It just sort of makes it a little more human, I think.
It's something that we're going to keep on doing, and if you get to watch season 3, there'll be new characters next year too.